I love the Faure Fantasie so much. It's such a classic. He wrote so well for the flute. There's such subtlety in this piece. So the first beautiful thing is the very first note for the flute, because it's not really an announcement that I'm here. It's more, oh, you're there and I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you E minor chords and I'm just going to join you like this. So I don't need to start with a heavy, crazy vibrato like this. It's just so boring on that note. So you're just joining the action, right? You're just walking into the room and seeing what's there. I bring out that D sharp there because I'm emphasizing the leading tone, going back to the E minor chord, because later he changes all that, and that's what's so gorgeous when he goes from the D sharp to an F natural. Did you hear my tone change? Because I went from an E major 7th chord, I'm playing to A minor chord, to a F sharp A C E chord. He just keeps changing the harmonies under what I'm doing. And so my tone has to accept those changes and react to them after I hear them. So I'm hearing them in my head. And that's so beautiful because he's just playing with the F sharp by giving you that little escape clause. It's almost like an ornament. Then I arrive back on the F sharp. Breathe there. I guess it's one way to do it. I hate breathing after the F natural. I don't like doing that because the piano's just stuck on that chord while I take my breath, and it's like, it's like waiting while somebody goes out to smoke. It's too long. So I would find another place. I don't want my flute moving around. When I go from D sharp to C key, my arm rotates. You see, I'm not this way. I'm not locking my finger and pushing my hand over. I'm letting the arch work for me at my wrist. That can also cause a disturbance to the tube. I mean, anything can. So I'm bracing a little bit with my 5 for a second. See where I am? I'm actually touching my 2 for those 2 notes. You want to hear the melody? You want to keep your soft palate the same so your tongue's not bobbing up and down and doing this. You don't want that. I don't want that. It's going to cadence the E minor, but no. See my idea here. You want to keep the jaw, the tongue, the palate, like not ta, ta, ta. So the tongue stays light. Sometimes it's good to think about chopping off the tip of the tongue so it doesn't try to do too much work forward. False ending on the trill. It's like something falling to a lower branch, if you don't breathe. So we've got so many false endings there. And if I if I stop to breathe after one, well, then it's obvious that that I have to breathe. So I want it to be really smooth there at the end. So I take my breath somewhere in those chromatic 4-note. You can even take 2, right? How beautiful is that piece? So you're ending up on the E minor chord joining the piano there at the end, just like the way it started. I think part of the reason why you might need more breath there is if you bear down to go to the low C, like this, then you're going to waste so much, and you're going to change your collarbone, your ribs, your tongue, your throat, your embouchure, everything. So I don't do that. One thing you could do, I think, is when you come in the Nachschlag, the end of the trill, move your 5 over to the C key. Or, again, you could use your 5 in your left hand to hold your flute steady. So you don't have to bear down. And I'm much more about making my sound in that section with my nose than my mouth. If I get too mouthy, it's just, it just loses all Frenchness and all beauty. I don't play anything like that if I can help it. So it's really more about what's going on with the whole mask when I'm playing, but the nose can really decide how much air is going to come forward. You'll notice how that was my best one yet, I think, because you don't have to, the fountain doesn't have to go crazy on that first trill. It can just be this subtle thing that happens. Okay, so let's see if I can get down to the low C a little bit better then. Not quite yet. But I fooled around too much, so I'm not going to be able to hold my last note as much as I want. So what's missing? Let's see. Let's go back and see if I just need to get into it. Oh yeah, I bent my thumb more on the trill. I got a much better trill. Then that's stiff. I'm feeling a waste of energy in my arm, which is going to affect my ribs, which is going to affect my breath. So bend your thumb on the top trill. The other thing about trills that I found really interesting, if I release my elbows just slightly before the trill, it prevents me from bearing down too much on the trill. So let's see if I can remember that. That's probably the best I can do it in one breath. I might be able to get it better, but I don't want to push my luck. So that's kind of how I do that. It is possible if I'm lined up well, I don't bear down, and I want to do it again. I can't stand it. Here we go. Well, that was my favorite one because I got into it musically, which of course is as important as any of this other stuff. If you're not in it, your body can't work for you really the same way. So anyway, that's all I've got to say about the Faure for right now, which was more than enough.